Like, you know, they basically, okay, so you didn't want to give the money for the braces? You didn't want to give the money for the phone? You didn't, all in 1 week, baby? After just spending almost $1,000 on them for Christmas. This was in January. All these things came right after Christmas, after spending thousands of dollars on multiple people for Christmas. Being responsible for multiple things. And because that happened, it was just always the next thing after the next. Oh, hey, can I? Hey, good morning. I was wondering if I can have... No, you cannot, because it's not his. Call me. Let's talk about it. Call me and ask me. Oh. So hi guys. I'm back with another video. You guys have to excuse me because I'm not feeling well. Juju got me sick. My throat is hurting. Coughing up all kinds of things. And Juju's been out of school this entire week too, so she's really sick. She had a fever of 101. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat that. But she had a fever of 101 for like 3 days. Anyway, you guys, so this is going to be a story time. A very personal story time, but I've been feeling a certain way for like 10, 11 years now. And I've never really ever got to ever speak about how I feel about it. Because I've never been presented the opportunity. I've never been even given respect to even care about how I felt, I guess. But anyway. So I've decided they're gonna come and talk to you guys about it. As a matter of fact, you know what? Every single time I go through something, instead of me bottling it in all the time, I'm gonna come talk to you guys. I'm gonna be like, you guys, guess what happened today? And then yeah, so that's how I'm gonna get it out. It's like, I'm just kidding. I don't do this too often. I probably won't after, but sometimes things is necessary to talk about. And in this case, I feel that it is. So you guys, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my life / my marriage. I have been married for 9 years, right? Yeah, I've been married for 9 years. It'll be 10 years this year, December 6th, 2020. So my husband has an older daughter who's 15 years old. Most of you are really shocked by this, and most people are really shocked to find out that Jalen and Jeremy is not my husband's biologically. So they have a biological dad that's not my husband. Oh my God, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Long story short, so many things transpired between him and his wife and our relationship, but it really has nothing to do with his wife or anything. Things just changed, and a whole lot of other things to add on top of that. My kids does not see the dad, and he doesn't provide for them in any kind of way. I do. I don't ask. I don't want anything from him because I feel like these are my kids and I got them. They're not missing anything, right? So now let's get on to the story, the juicy story. Wow, this feels so weird to talk about. I'm never able to talk to how I feel about, I was never able to talk about this to the people who I'm supposed to talk to about, who I should have expressed my feelings to. But like I said, I wasn't presented the opportunity to do so. I never had a valid reason as to why my husband's side of his people didn't even try. To this day, I don't think that they know who I am personally. I've invited, before I separated myself from my husband's family, they were here almost holidays, special occasions, everything was held at my house. I would always cook for everyone. I would always be very generous and I just always wanted to be accepted and a part of things. So for a very, very long time, no matter how I was treated, I continued to go around and I continued to provide my services, you know, be like trying to be a part of something that didn't want me there, you know. And I knew that if I left the room that people would talk. I knew that when I wasn't there that they would talk about me. I knew that I knew how people felt. I really knew how everyone felt about me. But I mean, I wasn't emotionally equipped to even know how to deal with that. At that time, I just wanted to be liked. So I forgave. I just let everything happen to me. So I just forgave, and I just kept going around, and like everything that kept happening to me became like, throughout the years, it became like a norm. It became a norm to be like, oh my God, why did she do that? Why is she looking like that? What? And I was like, oh, and you know, it would be never addressed. Let me clear this. It was never, it would have never been, it was never, they never addressed me personally. The times where they had like the huge problems with me that just came out of the blue, they'd always call my husband and always approach him and like, why is she doing that? Why does she look like that? Why is she there? Why that? Why, you know, it was always, she's doing this wrong and she's doing that wrong and that, like, you know, they'd even ask me questions. Like when I would invite people over, I'd have family members ask like, why do you have to wear all that makeup? Just like, why your kids look like that? Why is this one not dressed? Why do you have on new clothes and that one doesn't have on new clothes? It was just like a constant thing that I didn't know how to handle, and that I just endured for 10 years. Before I just like snapped. I'm gonna tell you later on. I said forget everything, and I said forget everyone, and I just like, sorry, but everybody who did me wrong at that moment died to me. And after that, my husband also like kind of followed me in a sense, in like, okay, these things aren't right. So, you know, he's still kind of back and forth between trying to make everyone happy. You know, he was really put in a really, really effed up situation throughout our marriage. I'm not gonna lie, because you have a lot of people who you love, and which is your family, who you've been with your whole life, and then somebody who you finally meet that you that's gonna be your wife, and then things are totally and they're clashing, and you have to like be in the middle of all of that. In any event, why am I talking so much? Oh my God, I'm hurt. Anyway, this is not even about that. Anyway, so recently, you know, I let go of so many things that hurt me, and I've dealt with so many people who try to ambush me, like, or set me up. I just always felt set up. Being around that, it just wasn't a healthy environment for me. So in any event, like recently, after that, like I didn't realize of, you know, when you finally like get taken control, and you like, oh yeah, I told that person, like let's say a rape victim, right? A rape victim gets raped, and somebody gets in jail, and I mean, and the person who did that to them, like they finally get revenge, not revenge, but like a voice, and they say, you know what, you did this to me, and that person, let's say the person ends up in jail eventually. Yeah, and that's a good feeling, right? But and then you don't realize about all the things that you had, all the mental, you don't realize what it did to you mentally. So whether that person is locked up or not, and you're not dealing with that anymore, every day thereafter you realize how much it's really harder, because it's like what they put you through, it trickles off in how you are to everyone else, and you just think everyone else is against you, and like just everything is just always negative. What that comes from, of the life that you live after you've accepted people treating you that way, because you've also like started believing those negative things about you yourself. It starts like changing how you live. It changed, like you have bad days, you like like post-traumatic syndrome. It's a real thing. People live trauma. If someone puts you through trauma, you live through that on a daily basis, and things that you believe in your head is not even real because of what somebody has taken, because somebody has taken the advantage to, because somebody has just decided, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I want with that person, not knowing what it's doing to them, and they don't realize how it ruins every day. They are long gone and way far away from me, and still every day I struggle with certain things and unable to accept love because of what was done to me in 10 years. and I didn't realize how much that really affected me and changed who I was. I lost myself. In any event, recently I've changed. I've been praying. I've never been so spiritual, you guys, because of that very reason. That's another story. Those people, I would love to say thank you and say a big thank you, because if it wasn't for them, I would have never opened my eyes and wanted better for myself in life. You know, because I told myself, you know what, F this. I don't need this, and if y'all don't want me, I don't have to be here. But in any event, I've been working on myself spiritually. I've been doing I've been meditating. I've been doing amazing. You know, I have my faults. I still go through my things mentally and trying to change my thought of thinking moving forward, trying to accept love again. In the midst of doing that, it's like things, in the midst of doing that, I feel like the people who has done those things to me are not really necessarily, they tolerate me now and respect me in front of my face, but however, I don't believe that they're happy for me one bit. We have never gotten support from that side of the family with anything we have done successfully, or what we have done online. We've never heard. We don't talk about it when we're around them. We don't talk about it. Nobody mentions it. Everyone acts as if what happened to us and what God has blessed us with is non-existent. But however, we know that they talk about it behind our back, because what they don't know about each other is they talk to each other behind the back, but they try to behind the back, but they don't know that each of them at some point try to impress me in, you know, in the background. And they'll say certain things and they'll tell on each other, like, oh, we had this talk and we talked about this, we did that, and they'll say what their family members said, and like I hear it all, and I'm always just so calm about it. Anyway, so we checked the mail like last week sometime, and it's from child support services, right? Now you guys remember that my husband lost his job months ago. We have a video where he was crying about that. I'll put it in the link for you guys to go see. But anyway, we'd had to, you know, start a new life. That was last year, a couple of months ago. I don't know if it was in October, November, he got fired. So literally all of the bills and everything was now up to me. So now I pay I take care of my 5 kids by myself, as well as my, I pay every bill. I'm responsible for all the bills in the home, and I also pay my husband's child support, which after he lost his job, we never even thought twice about going to reduce it. We just continued to pay what our obligation was, which is a nice little, which is good for one child. And you know, so in the months that he missed when he lost his job, it wasn't coming out of his check directly. So it wasn't coming out of his check directly. So we had to. So he was back on child support. So recently, I paid all of those back child supports up all the way. I made a payment on December 8th of almost $2,000. Would you guys know that before I go there, let's start it off. His daughter and his relationship is very strange and strained. I loved her so much, did everything for her so much at one point in my life, and it just came to a point to where she started not accepting me, or my husband's marriage. So I feel like she wants nothing to do with it. She doesn't come, she doesn't ask to come. I don't even want to talk about the kid, because that's a very, very, very touchy situation for me. But anyway, in any event, he got back in contact with her for the last couple of weeks. We went to go drop some money off and a gift for a birthday, Christmas, and we asked if she can come eat pizza with us a couple of weeks ago, which we took her and her sister to go eat pizza. Since then he's been getting text messages saying, Dad, I need braces. Within 2 weeks, we was asked for a phone to pay for braces for her, for some outings, and this was a couple days after us giving $2,000. We got a message from a strange number, and you guys have to remember that we don't have a relationship with these people, but that's not all because of us. My husband got a text message saying your daughter needs a phone ASAP. So we figured that it was her mom just asking for that, because it was always just a money thing. It was never, you need to see her, she needs to spend time with you. And in fact, she was kept away from us most of our marriage. But in any event, you guys, I work so hard for what I have, because I come from nothing. And all those years, even not being the one in control of everything, I still didn't have a say-so, because it was her dad's money in their eyes. That's my dad's house, that's my dad's money, and I wasn't allowed to say anything different or whatever. But after my husband is giving a couple of things, he tells her eventually, like, I pay child support, I'm not allowed to see you. And I think it's pretty unfair that I have to constantly send money, pay child support, and send extra money, and I don't even get to see you. It's a problem every time I even ask. And it's just a thing to where, guys, we know not to even ask. We know not, it's like a given thing, because I doubt that she even wants to come. So my husband says to them that Renee's paying the child support now. Things are different. It's not coming from me. You guys can't come and just ask my possessions and then want nothing to do with her, because because it was said very proudly that we want nothing to do with her. You're my dad, and I want you to be my dad. Let it just be us. But my problem lies when all my things, my possessions, and my things that I work hard for every day, it's being asked for or being expected, or another woman as a woman. I work hard for what I have, right? This is not coming from her dad. This is not coming from, this is not coming from him. And if they blatantly say that they don't want anything to do with me, they never have respected me, or still don't want nothing to do with me. I don't believe that. Don't expect my lifestyle from me and then not want me, or whatever the case may be. And honestly, guys, as a woman, I have with my kid's dad, like, regardless, I am not going to depend on another woman's anything. Hard I work, and I feel like it's such a slap in the face for another woman to like want a certain lifestyle that I built, that another woman built for herself, that she has nothing to do with, doesn't like or accept, or never have, and then asking for something that belongs to her is beyond me. Guys, yeah, so lately what I've been trying to deal with is just trying to be very peaceful and spiritual, and stay in my lane, away from people who has hurt me. But I realize that some way they are going to keep coming up. Things are just, you can never really get rid of things, and I just have to realize that the only thing that I have to do different now is, the only thing that is in my control is how I react to things that happens to me, or the only thing that's in my control is how I react to it, and what I do moving forward after these things happen, because it's just like out of my control. So now I have to worry about court issues and like increases when I have 5 children, where I've come from nothing. And still, by the way, my home that I told you guys, I told you guys this story that was in the process of foreclosure, is still not in good standing. I have to come back from months and months and months and months of debt. We have to come back from months and months and months of debt, of everything that we've been through our entire life. I don't have good credit. I have to pay everything off. I have bills that whatever. But my thing is, what I don't want to do is be responsible for another grown woman who has their own 9-to-5 job, and I'm also paying very good child support, a very good amount. That's the thing is, I'm not responsible for another grown woman's life. how they expect to live. And if anybody's watching me online, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys my problems. I'm not gonna sit here and record videos of my debt or put my bills online or tell you guys, oh, I have all these things to pay or whatever. Yes, I make good money because I work hard for what I have. And yes, I also have responsibilities. I have 5 children that I take care of. And somebody wanting a handout or wanting a good light or wanting to want someone else to provide an entire lifestyle for them when they can just get up and do that for themselves is very irritating to me. It's very as a woman, get your things together as a woman, you know. And I'm gonna tell you guys the story. I'm gonna tell you guys the story that's gonna make so much sense, right? It's actually 2 stories that's on 2 different occasions, but it's gonna make a lot of sense to you guys. Why am I not eating? I'm just talking so much. My throat hurts so badly. So we've always had this, my husband has always fought to see his child since the day I met him. We've never not had an issue with him getting her. I don't know how this happened. She put him on child support and somehow we ended up in, one of the years way after, we ended up in the child support for visitation for somehow. I don't know what my husband did, or he said, I don't get to see my kid. Excuse me. So he went to his social worker and he had a conversation with her. And he says, you know, I don't get to see my daughter. I pay all this child support. You know, they were getting more money than we would. His daughter was getting more money than I was getting from him. He had to sign papers and they gave him this little list of dates that he can have his daughter, which was on Father's Day, 1 year Christmas, and then she'll have the next Christmas, whatever. So we signed that. She was notified of it. She went to the establishment, signed the papers, agreed to it, and didn't abide by it the first time around. The first time, she was like, okay, we got this. She signed it. She went to go sign it, blah, blah, blah. So we're on our way to go pick his kid up, and no answer. She ignores us, everything. She doesn't, we end up not getting her as usual. So, anyway, so one day, it was my husband's turn to pick his kid up. So she says no. So we drove all the way out there. We seen her mom standing at the bus stop. You guys, you won't believe. He says to me, he says, get in the driver's seat and drive. And when the bus pulls up and pulls away, you drive up there. I'm gonna grab her and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna grab her, I'm gonna put her in the car and we're gonna go because I'm gonna get my child today. So you guys, so we wait until the bus pulls, we had his cousin in the back seat as well. So we wait until the bus pulls up. She gets off the bus. No one sees us because we like staked out in the back. And the bus leaves. So as soon as the bus leaves, he was like, okay, Operation the Bonnie and Clyde. So we go and we pull up to the bus stop. And you guys, keep in mind, we never retaliated. We're not retaliation people. We're quiet. We're not homes and we don't retaliate with anything. But anyway, so we pull up and he snatches his daughter. And she snatches on the other side and we literally just like playing tug of war with her. Eventually we get her and we drive off and we leave. So yeah, that's that. And then another time, his mom, his daughter's mom ended up moving in with a few of his siblings, of my husband's siblings, who also didn't get along with me and also didn't accept me. And so we weren't allowed to see her. Still, it was still, everyone knew. But you know, throughout the time, she was staying there for, I guess, for 2 to 3 years maybe. And throughout that entire time, you guys, we seen her a handful of times when we went to go visit, because we would actually go visit and stay there. But she wasn't allowed to leave with us. Every time I would leave, she'd say, Mommy, can I please go? Mommy, can I? And she would be like, no. You know, she'll say no. She wouldn't let her come. So one of these days, so there's one day where my husband, one of my husband's siblings says to him, which these people never took up for us, like around these people, but they would say that they on his side, like when they wasn't looking. So yeah, behind closed doors, one time, my husband was like, okay, we're going to a club. My husband's sibling told him that him and his kid's mom were on their way to a club in Mississippi. They were leaving that night. His older daughter and her younger sister was staying behind with his mom at their house while they were going out to the club. His daughter got on the phone and was like, "Daddy, please come get me, please. I'll give my sister warm milk. She'll fall asleep and blah blah blah." So you guys, that's what happened. We went to go pick her up, and we brought her home. I don't know how that happened, but we got to keep her for a couple of days, and it was you know, we was going back and forth on the phone and fighting on the phone. I'm not gonna lie. We all said some horrible things to each other back and forth, and they tried to come get her from me, and I'm saying I'm not gonna give her to you while my husband was at work. In any event, his sibling ended up bringing the mom to my home, and they were all outside of my door screaming and cursing outside of my door. And they was like, "You're a bum." They was like, "You a bum, you don't have nothing. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for Duval, you would be on the street. You don't have anything." And his brother was telling me that his kid's mom, she was like, she works. She was working at Walmart at the time. She works, she has her own job, she's living, she's doing that, she's doing that. You a bum, you this, you that, you this, you that. Eventually, when they did get the daughter, they showed up with the cops, the baby mom, as well as her mom. So her mom got out of the car and started sprinkling something in my grass. And she started saying, "In Jesus' name, the devil," like I guess she was calling us a devil and blah blah blah. You know, and we're sprinkling all kinds of things in our grass, praying outside of my home. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, you have no idea who your daughter is, do you? Like, my God, all my husband wants to do is see his kid. In any event, all of that happened. We went back and forth with all of that, and now today, presently, they don't have a relationship besides handing over money, and that's just about it. And it's okay on that side of it, but when we're now changed and when we express that, okay, maybe that's not okay, maybe that's not okay with us anymore. You know, if you want more money, extra money on top of that, if you want extra phones, or if you want a couple of $1,000s to be sent to you for braces, just out of the blue on a Monday, "Oh yeah, by the way, can you..." First of all, who do you guys think I am? Okay, let's start there. Secondly, knowing that the dad is not the rapper and that's not where the money is coming from is so frustrating, that another woman is coming after what I work so hard for. I have way too many kids to support an entire family, because I'm sending the money over there for the kid, and the kid doesn't get that. The parent keeps it, and then the parent wants more and more and you know, and they get to keep the money and get to ask for more, because when your lifestyles change, they want their lifestyles to change no matter what the things were. But you guys, we have no relationship with them. I don't talk to these people. I don't communicate with them. I don't have a relationship with them. I don't think they want a relationship with me. I've tried plenty times, but now it's going too far, because you're messing with my money. Because I already give you enough. Okay? I have 5 mouths to feed, thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars worth of bills monthly, including you. So, yeah. That's just that on that. And I just don't know what to do besides pray and show up for court hoping for the best, that all my belongings is not taken from me from somebody who hates my guts and who's never respected me a day in their life, and who has set me up and talked about me and has made so many people dislike me. It's very weird. It's very weird that she should be coming after me for mine and my things. I have responsibilities outside of you guys, and outside of just sending money constantly, and constant asking my husband for these large amounts of money for iPhones 11s and 10s, when it's not actually coming from anything that he worked for. And you tell him you want nothing to do with his wife. You cannot ask him for his wife's money. That's not how that goes. That's not how that works. That's not what it is. Okay? I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm upset. Okay? I'm trying not to be rude, but when your money is being played with, that's a whole nother story. And I don't want to keep getting letters in the mail and text messages constant asking for money all the time. No relationship. No, can I come over? Or can we fix things? How about let's fix things first and then maybe. But yeah, that's not how things goes, and I'm just like not okay with that. And I just decided to vent to you guys about that. Yeah. That I am a woman, a hard-working woman, who would never, ever, ever give anybody the opportunity to think that I need them, especially knowing that I wished bad on. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know you. I don't know you, and I didn't sleep with you, and I didn't make a kid with you, so I'm not gonna provide a life for you. I'm not gonna provide. You don't get to live the same life as me for something I'm working hard for if you're not gonna do the same for yourself. You don't get it from me. I'm not who you ask for it. I'm not who you come to for it. You don't make me do it. You don't, like, you know, they basically, okay, so you didn't want to give the money for the braces? You didn't want to give the money for the phone? You didn't, all in 1 week, baby? After just spending almost $1,000 on them for Christmas? This was in January. All these things came right after Christmas, after spending thousands of dollars on multiple people for Christmas. Being responsible for multiple things. And because that happened, it was just always the next thing after the next. Oh, hey, can I? Hey, good morning. I was wondering if I can have. No, you cannot, because it's not his. Call me. Let's talk about it. Call me and ask me, and let's have a conversation about that. It's not that anymore about it was his, or like, oh, that's my daddy. We get it. That's yours. We get that you don't want me present. We get that you don't accept me, and we get that you guys want that family we're not allowed to blend. We weren't allowed to blend with her because they don't want her to be in our family for some reason. So if I'm not accepted as a stepmom, if I was never accepted as a stepmom, and in fact, you guys, I didn't tell you this, that I got into a physical altercation with her before because my stepdaughter kissed me goodnight. And she kept saying, you better not. And my husband told my stepdaughter, give her a kiss and tell her goodnight. And her mom was like, you better not. And as soon as the girl kissed me, she attacked. And I attacked back. Yeah, you guys, anyway, this is all in front of my children. It's very unhappy, very unhealthy life. A very not worth it life that I just want to leave things where it's at and let God handle. I just want to leave everything where it's at and let God handle my lightweight. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what you do, regardless of what you try, how do you come against me, God is bigger than all of that. And I feel as though you should know that by now. And everyone should know that by now, that God is bigger than anything. And just because you don't like someone doesn't mean that God is going to stop blessing them. And then when God does stop blessing them after you've done what you've done, don't feel as if you're entitled to any of it. I don't care who you are. Yeah, I don't know her. And now everything is surfacing back up. They want to surface back up, but for the money. And I'm not for that, because I have responsibilities and I have children to take care of. A lot of them. I have a lot of responsibilities. So please, for now, at least like fix up, just let me pay my child support that I've been paying for a kid who hates my guts, and a kid's mom who hates my guts. Let me just do that and leave me alone. I just want to be left alone in my own little peaceful bubble, in my own little spiritual peaceful bubble, praying by myself. Leave me alone, leave my possessions alone, and leave my children alone, and we have no problems. But if you cross that line, and then we do. So guess what? If anything happens there, I'm probably gonna have to face her in court. By the way, we had a increase just last year, so now we're going in for another one. Last year she didn't show up in court, so they kept everything the same. She didn't show up, so now she's the one who physically went to the office. I don't know if she went to the office or if you go, I don't know if you have to go to the office or if you have to like do it online, but on my husband's child support case history activity, it says that the custodial parent on 1/17/2020 requested for an increase, requested for them to check his income for it to be increased. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, and that's what I have to worry about now, is somebody trying to take somebody's money who's not their baby daddy. Yeah. So, honestly guys, I don't live that life of that dangerous life of everything's every time I turn around and something is gonna happen, and when I go places, I'm not sure, you guys. And so if this go any further, you guys, I'm gonna talk about this. I want to have a discussion about it. I want to talk about it. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'm gonna go in my room and I'm gonna meditate and wait on the court date. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.